How can creators like us, who are new to building online businesses, who have high value skill sets, how do we scale our monthly recurring revenue, or MRR, to get us the freedom we desire? That is the question, and this newsletter will give you the answers. Be sure to subscribe if these are the types of answers you seek. My name is Boise Gordon, and welcome to episode 19 of Boise Talks Business. Episode 19. You can get ahead of everyone else by focusing on the bare minimums. A conversation on my method to task management and achievement. All right, guys. So just to get the elephant out of the room, it's been a little bit since I posted. I'm kind of going through a little bit of a phase in terms of just what I want to do, where I want to take this, how I want to facilitate my messages and whatnot. I'm trying to figure out the best way to do it without burdening you guys with so much content. Reader fatigue is a thing. While also, maintaining the level of consistency that I've had when it comes to, making sure everything is set up properly. So without further ado, once again, before we dig in, just bear with me as I figure these things out. These are just kinks in the armor for now, but, over time, they'll become a lot more smooth. So without further ado, episode 19. In the last episode, I explored, my favorite part of thought leadership and content marketing, vulnerability. Just being open and honest with people about, who I am, what I do, allows for me to have a unique perspective on common topics. I can share my personal experiences of positive and negative things without ruining my reputation, because I've already acknowledged that I'm imperfect and that that's a necessary part to the growth journey, right? So just learning to leverage vulnerability and, working to be honest builds trust. And, that converts a whole lot better than trying to look perfect to your audience. And today, I want to talk about my secret to consistency. It's ironic because this is the one post after I've already been inconsistent, but it's whatever. Doing the bare minimums. Doing the bare minimums has been my secret to productivity for a while, since I started, since even before I started this writing journey. So pretty much how it works is every day I have a set of things that I must do, must complete, right? And a set of things that I'd like to complete. And that's what helps me, persevere through the rough days. The easy days are just a simple run through your list, make sure everything's good. The hard days is when something comes up. It's a lot more difficult to think properly. All these distractions around you, maybe you're on vacation. Those are hard days. Those are the test days. Those are the days that makes the difference. Because then if you're going to be a part of that 5% that's successful or the 95% that doesn't do anything on the hard days, right? Not every day is going to be perfect. Like I said, I don't know about you, but for me, life doesn't care about my plans. It never has, and I doubt it ever will. I used to have these elaborate schedules where all 24 hours of my day were dedicated to a certain task or activity, right? I'd wake up. The minute I wake up, I'd have 15 minutes to brush my teeth and meditate. And then from there, I'd have to make tea. And then from tea, I'd have to make food. And then from food, I'd have to write for an hour. And then after write for an hour, I'd have to do engagement for an hour. And then after, and it just go on and on like that for the entire 24-hour day, even down to the hours I was sleeping, right? And they were so draining to facilitate. And it wasn't just the fact that my days were filled, but it was also the fact that one little inconvenience and my entire day was shot. The entire schedule that I had was gone because one 30-minute inconvenience turned into a 30-minute delay on everything. And I go to bed 30 minutes late, and then I wake up 30 minutes late the next day. And then it just snowballed into me never doing anything. So for a longest time, I didn't have or believe in a schedule. And I couldn't commit to any of my goals at all. This caused so many problems early on with accountability. I didn't have anything that I could say, I'm going to do this, this, and this today. And I needed a system. And that's kind of where this came in. So do the bare necessities. This is where I came up with a simple solution to my time management issue. The biggest problem was my lack of flexibility during the days. My routines couldn't adjust to life, and I prioritized my tasks chronologically instead of by importance. So I was just going down the list and completing tasks, and some days I would get to the end of the day, or I'd have to fall asleep or go back to sleep, and I'd still have some major tasks left on my plate because I was saving them for later in my schedule. Right. But with this method, doing the bare necessities, I know that I'm knocking out the most important tasks first. Right. So to counterbalance this, problem of lack of prioritization, I began writing out 2 to 5-ish. It can be more. I try to keep them small of my must-do items each day. 2 to 5 things that I have to do, absolutely have to do. They're needle movers. They're things that if I do them, I know that it's going to benefit me in the long run. And I'm just making sure like I'm writing them down and I'm making them as specific as possible, right? And no matter what comes up, these tasks must be completed. If I was going to be lazy for the day, or maybe it was a Saturday and I said I was going to do these daily, then I have to make sure these tasks get done first, right? This short, lean priority list changed my world. And I actually began having a daily must-do list or daily bare necessity list where I'd wake up, I'd write for an hour, I'd record my podcast, I'd engage. And that'd be the 3 things that I would actually do every day, right? I am going to get back into something like that just to make my time a little more efficient here. Every time I add something to my process, it kind of throws the rest of it into chaos. So I'm kind of getting back into the swing of things. So once again, guys, thank you so much for sticking with me through that point. But continue with the story. I began slowly, these are the benefits of me using the bare necessities. I began growing consistently. I saw regular growth with not just, me and who I was and my habits, but the quality of my work. That improved regularly as well. Now that I was more focused on the important stuff, I could actually spend my attention and take my time with them rather than rushing through a long list of things that weren't really going to move the needle that much. And I was more productive throughout the day, right? So rather than having all of my tasks listed out, I could move with life. If something random came up and I had already completed all of my must-dos for the day, I could do that without ever having to stress about, what's left on my plate. Or if I had some stuff left on my plate, I already had an estimation of how long that stuff would take to facilitate. So I didn't feel like I was ever being rushed or forced into a corner. And the best thing is I could circumnavigate imposter syndrome because I had an objective perspective on my priorities, right? I had a whole list of things that were absolutely necessary. And because I had that list, I didn't have to rely on a self-survey to see if I was working hard for the day. If I got my list done, I was good. If I didn't get my list done, I was bad. That was it. I didn't really have to look at myself in the mirror and say, did you actually do your best today? No, because I had my bare minimums that I said I was going to do. And as long as I did them, I was fine, right? So make sure you have a short list of bare minimums each day. Your future self will thank you. And I think that for most of us, a schedule is out of the question considering how chaotic our lives can be. So see what it's like. And, I'd love to hear if it's something that worked for you. Announcement, I am opening 2 more slots for April for anyone looking to scale their online business or presence. 2 out of 4 slots available. Once again, if you're on Substack, just reply with scale if you're interested. And if you're on any of the other platforms, you can just email me at podcasts with an S. Actually, you know what? Do this. Scratch podcast. Do hello. Everyone knows how to spell hello. At boiseagordon.com. If you're interested, just let me know. We can hop on a call together and see if we're a good fit. And then from there, we'll figure out what the next steps are. And this has been lovely, guys. Thank you so much for stopping by and enjoy the rest of your day.